All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me just share my screen and we'll be starting in just a second. All right. Can you guys hear me okay and see me okay? Good morning, everybody. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? That's what I need to know. Okay. Just test this, make sure it's good. Good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me and see me? That's what I need to know. Yes, Jill. Good morning. Good morning. Good, 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 good. So let me explain to you. You may or may not be wondering what I'm doing here at work. Notice I'm not at my usual office. Well, I got a story for you guys. Morning, everybody. So last night at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, we had a thunderstorm. We had a huge thunderstorm in our subdivision and I mean, it felt like lightning was 5 feet away from me, and our internet and our cable went out, and they still haven't fixed it yet, and they're going to be sending a repairman today at about between 5 and 7. So I didn't want to tether because tethering is so I just figured I'd come to the office. So I'm unshaved. I apologize for my appearance. I've been here since 7 in the morning getting ready. I could have just canceled on you. I could have just flaked out. I could have just sent you a report. I could have just done a video. I could have done a million things. But you know what I did instead? I dragged my ass to the office. I woke up at 6 in the morning. I dragged myself to the office so that I could be here for you guys and not disappoint you. Okay, so I hope you guys appreciate that because that's how did the dog handle the oh. Let me tell you, Jill, they were under the table. They were shivering under my wife's desk and under the table. I took them out a little bit. They ran back in the house. So I'm here for you guys. I'm always here for you guys. Don't say that. So anyway, so I'm here. If I look a little, if I look a little more disheveled than I usually look, I apologize. I was really in a rush today. Okay, so I'm here for you guys. I didn't want to disappoint anybody. Um, no cats or dogs. I'm at work. I'm at work. But they're okay. They're all right. You know, it's funny, Jill. One of the people I work with, they give their dogs not pot, but the CBD. They say it calms them down during storms. Like mellows them out. Again, not the marijuana, not the psychedelic part, but the CBD. They say it works miracles. I don't know. I've never tried it before, but I heard that a lot of vets recommend that for dogs, that it like mellows them out. I don't know if it's true or not. I've never done that before. No personal damage, just the internet went out and the cable. Usually, it's just one or the other. So I know if it's both the cable and the internet, it must be something. No flooding. It was a very light storm. It wasn't. It didn't rain heavy at all, and it lasted only about 2 hours, like till about 8 o'clock. But the lightning was amazing. It was. I don't think I've seen it. It scared me to death. I mean, it was really close to our house. And I live in a subdivision, in a golf subdivision, so it must have hit a generator or something. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're here. Everybody's here. It's we almost have 300 people here. You use it for your dogs for fireworks. Okay, that's interesting. Does it help? Does it help? Let me know if it helps. Send me an email if it helps. All right, so there you go, Wesley. See, you're here at 4:30, so I'm as you can see, I'm at my office. Let's get started. So let me give you my first the small caps that I'm looking at right now. I like STKH. STKH. Let me pull it up on TC2000. It's easier for me to pull stuff up at my office because I have 9 monitors here. So just give me 1 second. It'll load. I don't know why it has to download stuff while I'm working, but there it is. Here we go. It's pretty fast. Okay, here we go. So the first stock is STKH. We want to see the stock trade above 525. 525 right here. Well, it's 522, but I'll just say 525 just to give you a little extra oomph. What brand do you use for dogs? I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I've never done it yet, but I'm thinking of doing it because we're entering the next 2 months. We're going to have a lot of thunderstorms. So I'm going to ask my vet, but it helps with dog's anxiety. Okay, all right. Yeah, because I don't want to give them weed or anything. That doesn't make any sense. But I heard the CRB or whatever it's called. It actually works pretty good. I was thinking about it last night when it was storming. And this is my second one, BTCM, and I would want to buy it above 1137. It's actually 1133 or 1130, but I like 11, give myself a little room. So you don't want to jump into these right now, but you want to watch them and maybe set an alert. I'll go ahead and set an alert on this one. And I'll go ahead and set an alert on this one. And please don't chase these. You don't want to chase these things. You don't want to chase these. And I also set alert for one day. I got a couple of people asking me questions about whether or not I watch these second and third day. You could do that. I mean, if there's continued momentum, that's fine. But I usually just give these one day, and I don't monitor them. I'm not big on these, but I know a lot of you like them, and I know a lot of you trade them. I like my clients to play soundtracks of the things their dogs are afraid of. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you are the sassy trainer. Credibility there. All right. All right. So while we're here, let me just give you guys some links. Again, I apologize if I'm not 100% today. I'm a little bit off because I already explained to you why. I will be in my VIP room today, and I'm going to be talking about two things as they relate to day trading. Remember, this whole thing is about can somebody give Peanut Jyothi the breakout levels for the two stocks I gave so I can continue? There's 400 people here, 364 people here. And folks, if you don't mind, please hit a thumbs up button. And also, do yourself a favor and put yourself right here at 1080p. If you don't put yourself at 1080p, you're going to have, the quality's not going to be as good, okay? They have CBD for pets with the right dose. Oh, perfect. You figured they would. There you go. Thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. And please give a thumbs up if you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble. Okay. All right. So here's the link for that. And let me get you the link for Customer Service Live. Always good to go to Cam and Gustavo show from 10 to 2, I believe, or from 11 to 1, something like that. I'm sure they could put the right time. I don't know why my head is still, ever since I came back from the trip, my numbers are a little off. Maybe it'll take me another day or two to get back to it. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. All right. All right. 1 second here. I got to take care of something. All right, there we go. 10 to 1. There you go. So I was off. It's not 10 to 2. It's 10 to off. All right. Okay, what are the catalysts today? What are the catalysts today? Do we have catalysts today? What are the catalysts? Can anybody tell me? I have my list of catalysts right here in the right corner, as I always do. Right there. Right there. What are the catalysts, folks? Thanks, Richard. Delta. DLTR buyback is not a big deal. Powell, no, that's not a big deal. Tariffs, unemployment, no, not soft Amazon sales. You got a couple of good ones. You got the airlines, you got the Delta, and you got the unemployment. You got that one, and you got the tariffs. So you got three, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 things here. Okay, Tesla's not a catalyst as far as I could see. I don't know why it's so hard for folks to figure this out. I mean, Delta, unemployment, yes. Okay, let's see, Kevin. Tariff, jobless, Delta, CAG, AMD, Microsoft, NVIDIA. I don't know why Microsoft and NVIDIA are catalysts. Can you tell me why, Kevin? What's with Microsoft and NVIDIA? Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know what's going on with Microsoft and Nvidia that makes it a catalyst. All right, let's see. Anybody else? Carlos, jobless claims. AES too small. Delta, yes. Unemployment, yes. How about Conagra Brands and Kellogg's? Conagra Brands, since they're reporting this morning, consumer staples. Hey, Nathan. Hey, Becky, Richard, Tony, Carlos, Bob, Kirk, Harry, Ralph. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Do we have catalysts? All right. That's not a catalyst. That's a result. We already know that. There's nothing special about that. Okay, Microsoft is up over 1%. Let's take a look. Microsoft is not up over 1%. Where do you guys come up with this garbage? I'm just curious. Like, who comes up with this stuff? I don't see Microsoft being any sort of a catalyst. This is Microsoft right now. It's not up over 1%. It's up. It's down 0.19. Where do you guys come up with this stuff? Nvidia. Okay, maybe Nvidia. I'll give you Nvidia, but it doesn't really matter. There's another reason for chip stocks to be a catalyst. Okay, so let me give you my catalysts, okay? Airline stocks, consumer staples due to Conagra Brands reporting earnings before they open. I always tell you how related consumer staple stocks are, and then you can put Kellogg's in there as well if you want to. Jobless claims, tariffs are still in, and chip stocks. Why are chip stocks a catalyst today? Because advanced micro devices got upgraded. But if you insist on putting Nvidia in here, you could put Nvidia in there too. So chip stocks. Nvidia is not rallying because of the $4 trillion market cap. Nvidia is rallying because AMD got upgraded. Okay. Tesla's not a catalyst, Kirk. I mean, it's not really a catalyst. It's really not. There's no catalyst for Tesla today. But AMD is a catalyst. You see, AMD's up 2.5%, and that's what's causing chip stocks to go up today. All right? AMD's the catalyst. It's not. Yes, thank you, Gregory. Thank you. Folks, remember what I always tell you. When did you find out about NVIDIA $4 trillion? It's not today. It was yesterday. It's not a. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. Okay. So, folks, don't. The worst thing you could do is create a catalyst in your mind when there isn't a catalyst. There is a catalyst for chip stocks, but it's not NVIDIA. Ironically, you all missed AMD. You all missed the big catalyst. You all missed AMD. Okay? Every one of you missed. No, Alan didn't miss AMD. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Somebody did mention AMD. AMD is what's driving NVIDIA this morning. Always remember what's driving price. Fed speakers, let's see. Are there Fed speakers today? Let's see. Nah, I don't know if these are major catalysts. No, I'm telling you right now. Airline stocks, Delta, Conagra Brands and Kellogg's, jobless claims, tariffs, chip stocks. Yeah, you got sorry, some people did get AMD. Some people did get AMD. Not Nvidia, it's not Tesla, it's not Microsoft, it's AMD. You always have to know what the catalysts are. And I write them for you right here. You could probably see them right there. Right there. This thing isn't really great microscopically. There they are. But they're backwards. Ha! You can't see it. Yeah, it's right here. Airlines, consumer staples, Conagra and Kellogg's, jobless claims, tariffs, chip stocks. So how do you happen across AMD News to know about chip stocks? That's a great question, Henry. By me going to where I show you every day, the first page I start with, bar chart. Look, Henry, let me show you a little trick. You type in bar chart. Look, bar chart, 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 and bar chart, and bar chart. I have 8 windows here of bar chart, and I have them here every single day. And you open the headline, which I do every single day, and I highlight it for you every single day. And guess what's written right here at the bottom? AMD gained more than 1%. Here, you want to do it your way? Here. Right here. That's how I do it. The way I do it every single morning. And the way I've been doing it every single morning for the last 7 years. Does that answer your question, Henry? You can't say I'm not consistent. I use the same article every single day. I go to bar chart every morning at 7:30 or 8 o'clock while I'm still in bed sometimes. I go here, I take my magic highlighter, which I have right here, and I highlight it. And I've been doing this every day for about 7 years. This is where I get all my news from. Nothing ever changed. It never changes. Yeah. Yeah, and Warren Buffett's is like 4% of it. I was joking about that. Anyways, so let's start with market analysis. Now we know we now know what the major sectors are for the day. Let's talk about market analysis. What's the market doing right now? Do we have a clear path to anything? Does this look like a clear path to anything? This is positive, this is negative. What's the first thing I tell you when we see that? Fragmentation. Fragmentation. What happens when you have fragmentation? Can somebody answer my question? I'm trying to make this as interactive as possible. It's harder with YouTube because there's a 7-second delay or an 8-second delay. On Zoom, it's faster, but I have to learn to be a little patient. What happens when what happens when we see fragmentation? Do we have I don't know. It depends if it's over 275,000, Cam, as I've been saying every week. If it's above 275,000, it's not a nothing burger. If it's below 275,000, it's a nothing burger. If it's above 275, it's a big deal. What are the odds of it being above 275? Very, very small. Thank you for your answer. Groundhog Day. Movie, nothing changes. Exactly. Do you see how this is negative and this is positive? That's a big warning sign that the market's fragmented. Why does it happen, Roger? Well, think about this. Think about all the hedge funds and all the institutions that buy the SPY. Don't you think 50% of these stocks are here, or 50%? NVIDIA's here, and how much other it creates this. It creates fragmentation. It creates a situation where half sectors go up, half go down, and it creates a grounding effect. It's called the grounding effect. Yeah, chop, no direction, fragmentation. You're all completely correct. You're all completely correct. Hey, T-Buzz. T-Buzz. I'm right here. Hey, T-Buzz, question for you. Internet on? Mine wasn't on last night. Or cable. That's why I'm here. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, no, not good. Sorry, T-Buzz. Just wanted to know. I just wanted to see if T-Buzz has internet and cable, and it seems like he does. Morning, T-Buzz. All right. So sorry about that. I apologize. I just wanted to see how I didn't want to bother him last night. He lives in my subdivision. We live very close to each other. All right. So fragmentation, no directional bias. This may change because we do have the jobless claims report. Okay. All right. That was yesterday's news. That's what I'm saying, Kevin. You got to make sure that the news is today's news. Yeah. I'm doing good. I'm just live right now, but I sucks. I have to tether everything. I have to tether everything through here. It's been a nightmare. It's happened at 6 o'clock when we had the thunderstorm yesterday. Yeah. Sorry, folks. T-Buzz is here. No, not this internet. The one at my house. This one works fine. You're good here. Don't worry about this. I'm asking you if the internet at your house is working. All right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Here everything is fine. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to scare you. No. In the house, in my house, he thought. Yeah, he thought I meant here. He thought I meant here. He's back in his office. If he wants to come out here, he can. But I don't want to bother the guy. He just came in this. Yeah, just come in and say hi after you're done. Okay. Everybody wants to say hi to you. All right. So he'll come in after he sets up here in a few seconds. Again, this is not a usual thing for me. So we have fragmentation, which means I'm not expecting any. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting any fireworks. Now, again, everything can change after the jobless claims report comes out, assuming, and I'm going to say assuming, that this jobless claim is above 260. 275 is the threshold. And I'll tell you why 275. In the last 2 or 3 years, don't quote me on the dates, I'm horrible with dates, but as far back as I can remember, in the last couple of years, maybe even, you know what, it may be even during COVID. I don't remember. I'm not good with time. But I remember this thing went once to 270 or for like, and I was scared, and then it went right back to 225, 235. So the threshold is about 270, 275. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the number is going to be somewhere around 240, 230. But if the number happens to be at 270, 270, 270, 280, it may start impacting the market negatively. But I'm not expecting that. I'm not seeing it, and I haven't seen it as far back as I can remember. Like people say that the VIX is dead. I say that the jobless claim report is dead. So again, we'll see what it is in about 7 minutes. Okay. But and I don't think the bond auctions are going to have a big deal today, except for the 30-year bond. Okay. The 30-year may be something, but I'm not seeing a lot of fireworks there. Bug says the catalysts matter more if market reacts, if you give context. But the market can react during market hours. And remember, chip stocks could be reacting, which they are right now, but other sectors could be taking that off. That's why I'm saying it's divergence. You have to be careful with divergence. Because let me give you a good example, Bugs. AMD up, Microsoft down. See, that creates like think about an airplane and it's trying to take off and somebody's pushing it down and somebody's pushing it up. It's like it doesn't know what to do with itself. All right. All right. Um, all right. So we got to be careful. Bond market. Bond market rallied really good yesterday, but we're starting to reach these resistance levels. I don't know if this is going to continue or not, but we remain within this area that I drew for you. We're still within this area. Nothing changed. I want to see us get above this area. I want to see us go above this area. Okay? Above this area. But really would love to see it go above this area. And I'll tell you the truth, even if the jobless claims is bad, it can cause the bond market to go up, because if the bond market goes up, it means less yield. So again, we'll see how the jobless claims report acts to it. And yes, it could potentially be a catalyst, although I'm not holding my breath. Okay. US dollar. US dollar stopped going up. It's kind of just now going sideways. I think it's about to revert lower. Usually wicks, these wicks are telling us that the top is near. Wicks are a really good indicator for short-term tops and bottoms. You can see right here. You could see right here. I know a day trader who just uses wicks. If he sees too many wicks, he starts shorting. If he sees too many wicks on the bottom, he starts going long. But anyway, usually when you see wicks like that, that means price can't sustain the levels near. See how I drew this black line for you? You see how the wicks are rejecting the black line and the VWAP, which happens to be right here? That's not a positive sign. So I'm thinking the US dollar is about to start curling once again. Similarly, gold may start coming up. I wouldn't be doing anything with gold right now. I wouldn't touch it. Now, if you're currently long gold, I don't necessarily think you need to liquidate it, but I wouldn't be buying any gold till we're back above these levels. And I've been mentioning that to you guys all several times. That's about the mid 34, 3,500s around here, when we're back above this red and black line. You want to be back into this channel right here, okay? Really, really important. You want to be back in this channel, okay? Yeah, earnings on Delta were really good. They were great. Yeah, Delta earnings. All right, let me give you some links. Today in the VIP room, I will be talking about the VWAP and how you can use the VWAP for day trading indexes. And I'll also be talking about Hackenacci reversals using Hackenacci on a 5-minute basis to confirm your entries when you're trading indexes, okay? Buck, if you have a question, you can ask me. I'm sorry if I missed your first question. I apologize for this question because it may be when you say it AIS above or is it below? What is it? When is above it? When it's below it? Sorry, Buck, just send me an email, roger@rogerscott.com, and I'll answer your question. I don't think, I'm not sure I understand your question. Uh, Send me an email. Send me an email. A catalyst matters if the market reacts or doesn't react because it's a catalyst. Just because the market doesn't react doesn't mean the stock doesn't react. So remember, the market's big. The market's made out of over 500 large cap stocks. If you have 200 stocks reacting positively and you have 300 stocks reacting negatively, the market's not going to react, but you still have a catalyst. So whether the market reacts or not is not that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Because the market's always reacting if you know what part of the market to look at. Crude oil. Crude oil looks like it's cooling off, coming back down. Once again, doesn't look like it wants to get above this VWAP, this level that I have here. There's really no catalyst for energy prices right now. The odds are we're going to fall back into this area right here. I'll actually make it a little higher. Right here. There you go. Yeah, but I think we're going to come right back into this range on crude oil. So be cautious with crude oil prices, okay? China, what's China doing? Absolutely nothing. Looking for directional bias, which leads me to believe that the U.S. market is going to be very, very today. Again, everything dependent on the report. I have the bond market right here. And we'll keep an eye on it. I'm just going to put it up here, and I'll let you know when the report comes out. I'll quickly look at it. We're right now the bond market's right now touching yesterday's closing price. We went below yesterday's closing, and for the last 3 hours, we've been going up. Look how Look how it keeps rejecting. Look how it keeps rejecting yesterday's closing price. Every time the bond market comes to yesterday's closing price, it rejected it once, twice, 3 times. Boom, the news came out. It broke through. Let's see if it's a real break or not. But the news came out. Let's see what happens. Let's see if there's an impact. Okay? Let's see if there's an impact. Nope, not a positive one. Let's see. There we go. Does anybody know what the number is? It's funny, Matt, I'm hearing it over there on the Squawk Box, but Matt puts his headphones on, so I'm hearing it through Matt's headphones, but Matt's not even here. It's the funniest thing. Let's see if the number came out. Does anybody know what the number is? Does anybody have the number? Bond market's doing nothing. Nothing. Stock market is doing nothing. Dow's doing nothing. Bonds are actually coming off. See, look, tried to test this once, twice, 3 times, broke through, and then just broke right back down. There's a lot of resistance here at yesterday's close. Keep an eye on the bond market at 86.92. There's a lot of stuff over there, I can tell you right now. 227, yeah. So you see, Cam, you were asking me about a catalyst. That's 227 is beautiful number. If you were to ask me what's the ideal number, it would be 225. So it's 227. It's better than expected. That's not a catalyst. That's not a catalyst. That's what it's been for the last. That's what it's been, folks, for the last several years. Yeah, and that's why the bond market is not moving. That's not a catalyst. Okay, so that's past us now. All right, China, Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I like how Bitcoin. By the way, I gave you coin yesterday. Did you guys make money on coin yesterday? I gave you coin yesterday in the pit. Let me know if you guys made money on coin in the pit. But you see how we have an ascending triangle, and you see how the lows are getting higher, and you see how we're trying to get above this breakout level. I like that. If this gets above the breakout level, coin will have more upside to go. Anybody take coin yesterday? Harold took coin yesterday. Good, 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 good. Anybody else? I know Richard took coin yesterday. I talked to Richard. Thank you, Bob. Anybody else take coin? I gave you coin. Bonds are going down, by the way, which is not good for stocks. Good. Kevin made money on coin. Alan made money on coin. It could be, Michael. It could be. David made money. Doris made money. Richard made money. Richard's still holding money. Two Richards. Peanut made money. Zen made money. Jody made money. John made money. Harry made money. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Can you guys tell me, because this is driving me crazy. Please help a guy out here. Why am I getting these people thinking when I'm giving them trades? Here, look. I want to ask you guys a question. I don't understand why this is happening. Let's go long coin, 369.10 fill price. Out of coin at 370. There's more upside, I believe. I would hold a runner. 370.33. Look, three people thinking. Now at 370.45. Coin is now at 372.42. Why are people, what's with the thinking? What are people thinking about here? I'm just curious. Can you guys help me out and let me know what you're who's doing all this thinking? I give you a trade. The trade went up $3 after I called it. 373.40. Look. 369.10. The stock closes at 372.42. We have a bunch of thinkers. What's with the thinkers? Can somebody tell me? I want to know what's with the thinkers. Please let me know. They mean it's interesting. Oh, okay. I thought they mean they're thinking about it. I don't understand. Okay, I don't know anything about interesting. The only thing interesting is you had an opportunity to make money. All right. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Stephen. What are they thinking about? Hey, T-Buzz, you want to say hello to everybody?
Sure.
Here's the camera, and here's this.
Got to squat down?
Yeah, you got to, so they can see.
You don't even offer a chair, huh?
Go ahead. Sit down. Go ahead. Go.
Sure?
Yeah,
okay.
Have a seat. Relax.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello, folks. Bring that down. They can hear me okay?
Yeah, they can hear you okay.
This is the first time in the history since I've been here that Roger beat me in.
Do I ever come here in the morning at 8 o'clock?
Never. 9:30 is when he shows up. Anyway, hey guys, how y'all doing? I heard him talk about coin. Coin is going a lot higher. Last night in the overnight trade, it hit 380. 380 last night.
I gave him coin yesterday.
No, I heard you did. That's what I overheard your conversation about it. But coin is a good way to play, Bitcoin, which is going, I think, to 125 initial stock, from here. And, you don't really have to know all the details about Bitcoin to trade it. It's just like any other ticker. I think that's good. I heard you talking about bonds. My pivot number on bonds is 115. They're down below that. You got a little negative. Crude's positive for the month, but I'm looking for crude. If it breaks 65 to get short, that's crude.
What about gold?
I've been. I said it's going to 3,500. Went to 3,509. Been in a corrective mode for 3 months. I wouldn't put money in.
I wouldn't either. I'd be just waiting.
You just wait. Wait till you get to wait. Yeah, 30, seasonally after August, you probably can look at it. That's the other thing. I'm trying to think. Nvidia. Okay. I've been telling everybody you can make a living off this stock. It made an all-time high yesterday. Overnight, it's at 164.5. I think it's going a lot higher. I want to remind people, NVIDIA has resumed leadership in the market, and you go back 22, 23, NVIDIA was averaging 20% a month. Remember that?
AMD got upgraded. It's giving it a boost this morning.
I like AMD.
All right.
No, I'll let you up. But anyway, hey, what is this? Who are we talking to?
We're talking to about 606 people.
Well, hello, 606 people. But is this in YouTube?
Yeah, it's my morning show.
Well, you're good. You're good.
You, sir. Thank you.
All right. So, thank you, guys.
Thanks, T-Buzz. Thanks, T-Buzz. I appreciate you. All right. I'll see you. I'll catch you later, T-Buzz. All right, folks. So let's continue. Let's go back to our regular scheduled. T-Buzz is just giving you his opinion. All right. So Bitcoin. Again, I never do. I never come here this early. It's my first time in history coming here this early. Yep. So again, I do like Bitcoin. I think this thing will consolidate and maybe go higher here. All right. So we talked about bonds, which are cooling off. Let's see, bonds are just doing nothing right now. Look, yeah, this report isn't really that. It's not really that, but it's not helping the stock market. We peaked out. It looks like we peaked out at about 7:30 in the morning, and then we've been going down since on the SPY. So just kind of giving you heads up. All right. Again, we're still pretty fragmented, and I didn't see anything break. Yeah, still very fragmented right here. Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about all the catalysts. Let's talk about everything that I beg you guys to do before coming on the show every day that I highlight for you. And again, if you guys want this, it's free. It's the cover of Bar Chart every morning at 7:30 in the morning. That's the first thing I do, and that's the only thing that's where I get my news from and my catalysts and everything else. I find this to have just about everything I need on it. Okay. And then Matt has the squawk box on the whole day. He's with the headphones, which annoys the hell out of me because I can't hear any of it. The SPY looks like it's softening up right now, right here. It looks like it's breaking the VWAP right here. Look, I wanted to show you. All right. So uncertainty over President Trump's trade policies, investors await jobless claims. We've already had that. Federal officials, I'm not expecting a lot from them today. I'm not even. I don't even want to read this because I stopped keeping track of all the tariff stuff. Um, I just I don't. I mean, today it's this, tomorrow it's that. I don't even. I'm like, whatever. Just tell me when it's done. Um, Nvidia, Microsoft rised over 1% yesterday. That was the catalyst for yesterday. And by the way, whoever mentioned it, I did mention Microsoft and Nvidia yesterday as a catalyst. I believe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. But anyhow, the point is that was not a catalyst for today. That's a catalyst for yesterday. Boeing climbed over 3%, percentage liver. I like Boeing right now. I do like Boeing, and I like how it looks on the chart. Making its highest monthly total in 18 months. That's very positive. Wholesale inventories didn't really move the market much. They were pretty flat. Policymakers, minutes from the Fed, considerable uncertainty. Come on, you'd have to be in first grade to realize how much uncertainty we have right now with the tariffs. We just don't know what they're going to be. Once we find out what they're going to be, then the Fed can plug those numbers into their dot plot summary and they can make a projection. But they can't do that till we have something. I did mention Microsoft. Thank you. Until we have some certainty, and we just don't have any certainty right now in terms of what those numbers are going to be. Because if Trump settles on 10%, this is all hypothetical talk. But if Trump hypothetically settles on 10%, it's one thing. If he settles on 30%, it's another thing. It's just a moving target right now. So, but I'm pretty sure you guys understand that. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good. Trump wants Fed at least 3 points too high. I don't know where Trump comes up with these things. He's not an economist, but this is not. He shouldn't be doing this. The Fed should be doing this. Okay, the Fed should be doing this. There's a 93% chance that they're not going to take any action. Although I believe they're going to be. I believe they're going to take action. I keep saying August. They don't have a meeting in August, but I keep thinking August. But it'd probably be in September. And I think I'm hoping by September we will be past this. Yeah, right, Bob. Truthfully, we need to have a. Anyways, they can always have an emergency meeting and do it in August. But I keep thinking August. I think they're going to be too pressured. And they may have an emergency meeting or they'll just wait till September. But in July, I'm just not seeing it. You could see right here, there's a 94 chance. And I agree with that. It's just too soon. Jobless claims already came out. They were expecting 236. They got a better number. And that's why I'm saying they're great right now. You could always watch Buck. You can always watch T-Bus. He's on every morning. He has a channel, T-Bus TV. Just go online. He's great. Yes, Delta and airlines are definitely a catalyst today. I love your name, Buck Rogers. I used to watch that show back when I was about 11 years old. I loved that show. To me, that was like Star Wars with Gil Gerard. Do you guys remember Gil Gerard? Nobody probably remembers who he is. All right, we got Fed speakers today. I think at this point they're all really locked into September, August, September, and I think they're going to make any excuse to push it till that time. They're all pretty much saying the same thing. We have too much uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's get the numbers down, and then we'll react based on that. Okay. There you go. You remember Jill? You remember Gil Gerard? Good, good peanuts. Good, good. I loved that show. That show was ahead of its time. All right, catalysts. Look, in addition, investors will be monitoring earnings. Delta came out in the morning. Conagra brand came out in the morning. When does Levi's come out? And why did I not include Levi's in my why did I not include Levi's in my analysis? Because it comes out after the market closes. Did I know that? No, I did not. So what did I do? I went right here. I looked up Levi's, and it said AMC, after market closes, just like you guys would do on the same thing, just like this. I'm going to post this link for you. Okay. But if you type in Conagra before market opens, if you type in Delta, you will see before market opens. Do you think I knew that it was before market opens or after market opens? I had no freaking idea. I simply went right here and checked, just like you guys would. Yep, Buck Rogers, exactly, Kevin. There you go. That's it. Okay. So just wanted you to know I do this just like you guys do. Oh, it was so good. It was really cool. It was a great show. I mean, early 80s. You know what's funny on that show? They had somebody using like an iPad on that show back in 1981. Like they were using TVs to talk to each other and walking. And I remember going, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. And now we have iPad, iPhone, all that stuff. Great show. If you guys never watched it, I think it got canceled after 3 seasons. It was an amazing show. Granted, I was 11 years old. So, all right. So you guys can check this if it's before market opens or after. If it's after market opens, then the catalyst is going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow, I hope you guys remember that Levi's will be a catalyst, okay? All right. All right. All right, let's continue. Europe is up only 0.29. So is Europe giving us any catalysts? Is Europe up or down big? No. By the way, as we've been talking, the US stock market has been continuously selling off. We're below the VWAP now. We confirmed below the VWAP. And I'll be talking about the VWAP and Hakanachis extensively today in the VIP room. Here is the link. And here is the link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Folks, definitely check out the Cam and Gustavo show for two reasons. Number one, they know what they're talking about because they answered similar questions all the time. Number two, other gurus come on there and they're interviewed by Cam and Gustavo. So Cam and Gustavo intimately know what everybody's doing. So they can kind of help you behind the scenes, which is really, really cool. So make sure you go to the Cam and Gustavo show, okay? It's really great. And, I pop on there sometimes. I think T-Buzz was on there recently. Kane is there. Lance is there, so forth and so forth. Okay? So there's other guys. I'm not the only one. There's other guys you should be listening to. I'm hoping you would. China ended higher today, but not much higher. I mean, look at this. I mean, I wouldn't really call this a major. I wouldn't really call this a major trend if you know what I'm saying, right? Okay. Property stocks jumped on Thursday, driven by speculation that high-level meeting may take place next week to support the ailing sector. I've heard some news out of DC. They are going to have this meeting, from what I understand. All right. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Very, very nice of you. I'm going to repost that in testimonials because it's a nice testimonial. Thank you. That's funny. All right. And Japan closed lower. So Japan and Europe are not giving us any tailwind. And tailwind from Europe and Asia is very important for the US stock market. Thank you, Bob. Bob, you're a great actuary. Thank you. Now, if we can only get over 300 thumbs up today, that would be fantastic. That would make my day. I'm just playing around. Now, I already told you about the cat, and this is great. These pre-market stock movers around, and they update them as the day goes on. So around 8:30 when I log in, this will tell me pretty much everything that's popping this morning, and then I'll check earnings, which I did right here. So if I read this right here, and if I read this right here, I would pretty much know what all the catalysts are for today. So KLG is not really a major catalyst, but when you combine it with earnings on CAG, remember they're consumer staples. I haven't heard from Dr. Serena. She said she was having health problems, and she let me know she was going to have surgery. So I think she may be recovering. I'll reach out to her next week, Richard. But she did mention she was going to have some surgeries. Okay. All right, let's continue. So let's talk a little bit about the stock market now. Okay. We're right now just a little bit lower. We're actually down. Here, you could see right now. We've been cooling off since 7:55 in the morning. We've been cooling off. Now, just some. I want to mention something off the topic real quick. Somebody asked me a really good question yesterday. I'm going to give you an answer, and I hope you write this down or remember this because this is important. Okay. You know how I give you those small cap stocks? Because I rounded it out and said semiconductors. Because of this, look. TSM and AMD are semiconductors. So I just wrote semiconductors. It is a catalyst. But when you just like Conagra Brands, I didn't list Conagra Brands or Kellogg's. I didn't list Kellogg's because it's in the same sector as Conagra Brands. Capiche? Just want to make sure you understand that if you have more than one stock being in a catalyst, we go wide. I didn't mention Delta. I mentioned airlines as a catalyst. Remember what I said. If one stock is a catalyst in a sector that's a catalyst, it'll impact other stocks. So that's why I said today the catalyst is not AMD. I said it's chip stocks. Matter of fact, right here, chip stocks right here, chip stocks. So okay. Here's how it works. If something is a catalyst, it has to impact the entire sector. Certain stocks like workforce doesn't impact the entire sector. So workforce is a catalyst for network stocks, but it's not a big network stock, so I don't think it's going to have an impact. Whereas AMD is a big chip stock. It's going to impact all other chips. They're very together. So when I saw Taiwan Semiconductor, I just looped them in together. Similarly, when I saw Delta, I'm like, no, the catalyst is not Delta. It's airline stocks. So the catalyst, I tend to find catalysts are stocks that are highly related to other companies. So we kind of try to get as much out of it as we can. I hope that makes sense. This show hit number takes up. Yeah. So let me just say what I wanted to say because this is really important. This is really, really important, folks. Somebody asked me this question and I said, I better tell everybody else this because this can be a little confusing, okay? Listen, this is one of those things that I'm going to teach you that's really important right now. I mean it. It's really important. You know how I've been giving you the small cap stocks in the morning, right? And then we go on with our market analysis. It only takes me a minute or two. So the thing you need to know, really, really important. S&P is breaking down very gently, but it is breaking down. What you need to know is that the small cap stocks are not influenced by the market. What? Yes, the small cap stocks are not influenced by the market. You know all that stuff, correlation, sector analysis, all that stuff we do? That's for large cap stocks. Small cap stocks are not traded by institutions. We don't use the same analysis to analyze small cap stocks. Retail traders trade those type of stocks. For those stocks, you don't rely on the market. You don't rely on anything I'm talking about right now. Everything I'm talking about, this whole entire hour, is about what the S&P 500 is going to do. It's not about small cap stocks. Small cap stocks are their own little animal. They have no relationship to what I'm talking about. Just want to make sure you guys understand that, okay? So all the things that we talk about that, you know, notice how I do the small caps and then I move on to everything else. They're in their own little world, okay? So the small caps should not have any impact on this analysis that what we're doing right now. This analysis that what we're doing right now is for my meat and potatoes. It's for the large caps, which is what I trade. The small cap stuff has nothing to do with what the market's doing. They trade on their own. The reason for that is large caps are driven by institutions. So we need to figure out what institutions are going to do today. That's what we're spending an hour doing. The small caps are not driven by institutions. They're driven by retail traders. Nobody knows what retail traders are going to do, and my analysis does not help you with that. So if you're a small cap trader, I want you to understand that all this stuff that I'm talking about doesn't really apply to that. Capiche? Sorry, I should have said that, but small caps are on their own. Small caps are on their own. They're like on their own little island, okay? You don't have to like track the S&P 500. Notice Pro Trader dashboard, I never have any small caps. They don't correlate with the S&P 500. That's only my style of trading only works on large cap stocks. This small cap stuff I'm telling you, it's a completely separate animal. Want to make sure you guys understand that. This is not just a theory according to me. The reason for that is because 90% of all trades that occur in these $2 stocks, $5 stocks, $7 stocks, they're all retail traders. They're too small for institutions. Sorry, I needed to explain that to you, okay? All right, now let's jump into the market. So what's the S&P 500 doing? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Choppiness. What do I expect the S&P to do? Absolutely nothing. I'm not expecting a run day. I'm not expecting a big day. We have divergence between the SPY and the NASDAQ. Everything is neutral today. The bond market, let's take a look at the bond market. The bond market is flat. Flat. Look at this. This is nothing. See how they're on top of each other? They're all like inside each other. That means there's random trading action. This is slightly non-random. This is random trading action. Okay. So the market is searching for directional bias. The market looks pretty flat right now. Let's look at mags. Let's see what mags are doing. That's one of the reasons why I think that cryptos may be moving, because energy's lower right now. We don't have a lot of Middle East drama. You need energy prices to hedge, for cryptos, and people are not buying gold right now. So that's one of the reasons why I think that's going to happen. So let's look at mega caps. Are mega caps seeing a rally? Look at this trend, if you want to call it that. Do you see anything here moving? Man, here we go. Do you see what I'm saying? This is mega caps. Do you think mega caps? Do you remember yesterday? We're going to open up higher. It's going to look like we're going to go up, and then so it doesn't look like there's anything here. You can't really run without mega caps. It's hard, very, very hard. Let's look at chip stocks. Chip stocks may look a little different. Let's take a look. Chip stocks still look like they have firepower. I still like chip stocks. I'd be watching them very carefully, but until they break the 8-day EMA, I'm still bullish. By the way, remember when we broke 265? And look what's been going on. How long did it take us to break that level? Look. Do I think we're going to come back here? I'm pretty confident that we will. We're going to come up here, and then we're going to come right back here, and then we'll decide what happens next. But I'm still, until we break the 8-day and we're making higher highs, I'm still fairly bullish on chip stocks. And volume's actually been pretty reasonable. So I still like chip stocks, and we do have a catalyst today. What about QQQ? Hey, I don't have to tell you I'm going to work today. I'm already at work. Isn't that something? NASDAQ is flat right now, flat as a pancake. Now, we do have about 30% semiconductors in NASDAQ, so we may see more strength, but I wouldn't be putting big money behind this. Uh, Again, it looks like we're just going to open here and kind of flub around. Okay. Maybe come a little lower, but I'm really just not seeing anything that exciting in the market first half of the day. Now, again, we may have a catalyst. Trump may be talking. I don't know what may happen, but and I actually don't even care right now. But I'm telling you that the Nasdaq is eventually going to come to 536, and the SPY is and the SPY is eventually going to come down to this level too, to about 605, 606, the breakout level. Usually they come right back to the breakout level and then they continue moving or they break lower. What about the Dow Jones? Let's look at blue chips. Already starting to descend a little bit. Blue chips are not that strong right now. And again, that level is right here, 43,200 and a half, something like that. Okay. No, he knows I'm here. He reset. He has he can control this entire office remotely. So he got me going this morning. He's fantastic. I love Matt. Wish he talked a little more, but you know, can't have everything. RSP, let's look at RSP. RSP is flattened out. Look at that. No directional bias. Okay, what about small caps? We haven't looked at small caps in a few days. Small caps are moving up, but we're moving right against this resistance. And if we can't break this resistance, by the way, I drew this resistance for you guys. 8 months ago, 7 months ago. We got to get past this level right here. We got to get past this level right here. There's a lot of resistance right here, right there. A lot of resistance right there. If we can't get above this level, we're going to come right back to the 200-day moving average. Okay, what about sentiment? Let's see. How many stocks are making 20-day breakouts? 300, not bad. Yesterday was 170. So yesterday we had some momentum. What about directional bias? And I'll give you my conclusion in a few minutes. Let me just finish this. So we're starting to get a little bullish again, right? Semiconductors, Bitcoin, technology, QQQ's now here. Look where it was yesterday. QQQ yesterday was where's QQQ? Right here. Look at today. See, look at yesterday. Energy, material, mid caps, all of these were down here, right? Today, they're up here. So there's definitely money starting to come back into speculative stocks. We've been getting some upgrades on technology. Chip stocks have been moving. So you could see Bitcoin chip stocks. Not bad, right? Bitcoin and chip stocks. Basic materials is still here. Where's industrial? Industrial is still here. But the point is we're sort of mixed, but we're starting to see, we still have very fragmented market, but we are starting to see a little bit of technology starting to come back up at the expense of chips, which is good. And you could see that by the fact that NASDAQ is still fairly strong. Again, I'm not really expecting much downside. I'm just not expecting a lot of upside. Yesterday, the day before, we had the type of market where you didn't really have a lot of sellers, but you didn't have a lot of buyers either. And volume was below average. You see how volume is coming down right now on the NASDAQ? Look. Let me draw this for. It's coming off. That's not a good sign. Okay. Take headphones away. Yeah, I should take. Well, I want to hear it too. I have to ask him, what's the news? What's the news? Hey, Matt, what's the news? What happened? What happened? He keeps those headphones on all the time. All right. So sectors are looking a little better. Technology's not looking bad. We're still in a fragmented market, and we're in July right now. Am I expecting anything major today? I'm probably expecting the market to open up a little bit lower and maybe come up a little bit and just kind of sit in between, probably inside yesterday's day, giving us very little directional bias. I'll show you what I mean. See, we've been going down since 6 a.m., 8 a.m., excuse me. And now we're starting to come back up. We're back above the VWAP. So I think we're going to be kind of between 624 and 623. I'm not expecting a lot today. What does that mean? What should you do? What should you do when you're not expecting a lot? That means you need to pick stocks that have higher than average volume. If market volume is good, if market is up 200 points, 300 points, 150 points, you've got the market to work with. The market will give you swings. But when the market is limpy and the market needs Viagra, you need to buy and sell stocks that can stand on their own. So make sure when you're looking at stocks today to buy or sell, Richard knows this, you look at stocks that have better than normal volume. You want to see volume. If you don't see any volume today, the market is not going to carry your stock today. So you're going to need to find a stock that will pick up some of that weight off of the market. Right now we're a little negative. I think we're going to go a little positive, a little negative without a lot of directional bias. I'm not expecting a lot from the market. Okay? I'm not expecting a lot from the market. I may be disappointed, but I'm not expecting a lot from the market. All right. At the risk of being late, let me give you a late. I don't know what I'm going to be late for. I pretty much have to sit here the entire day, but I would like to get some breakfast. Let me give you some stocks that I'm looking at, okay? Short side first. Short side first. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Once it either target is the 100-day line or you want to wait for it to break the 100-day line. You don't want to engage with this asset at the 100-day line. So either up to the 100-day line or past the 100-day line, not at the 100-day line, okay? Most institutions don't trade stocks below 20 bucks or stocks that have less than a certain market cap, Bugs. Okay, almost there, Bob. We're almost there. Let me give you my next short stock, TRP. We're below the 200-day moving average here. Adobe, I want to see us break this level. I want to see us break 370. Once we break 370, okay, 370. Not 373, 370, even 369, somewhere around here. Wait for it to break this low. Don't do anything till we break this low. Wait till we break the 200-day moving average. We haven't broken the 200-day moving average. I just want you to add these to your watch list, okay? These are not ready to go. If it's ready to go, I will tell you it's ready to go. This stock looks like it needs to break just a little bit more, below 47.30. It's at 47.55, below 47.30, maybe even 47.15, okay? I would be writing this down if I were you. I know Richard is. TNDM. This one looks like it's ready to go, assuming it breaks yesterday's low, which is at 15.17. I like this stock for a short. And if you guys take any of these, let me know how you do. Penn. The stock is below the 200-day moving average. It needs to break 239.73. Okay? Hey, Nadia, how are you? Let's see. ELV. ELV. I think the stock has more downside. Be careful. Want it to break this low. Wait for it to break 342.81. You want all these stocks to break yesterday's low. And PGR, the one we've been talking about last few days. This stock looks like it's ready to go once it breaks 249.25. 249.25. Okay? Because right now it could be making a bottom and it'll just rally here. So you want to buy it below the low. Sell it below the low. Hey, Nadia, welcome. Welcome. So let me give you guys a link for the VIP room today where I'll be talking about VWAP and I'll be talking about the Hakanachi clouds for day trading. And also, People are starting to come into the office. I'm hearing others. How do we get access to Pro Trader dashboard? You call customer service and you pay for it, and then you get it. Randall, hopefully that makes sense. And you can use it on TradingView or Thinkorswim. And I think you may even be able to use it on TradeStation. I'm not sure. But I think so. Yeah, customer service is your best friend. Now let me give you long stocks that I like. Okay. Broadcom, I like AVGO, and I like QRVO. They're both chip stocks, only one to a customer. PNR. PNR looks really nice here. PNR. It's not Palantir, it's PNR. Don't confuse that with Palantir. Rocket Labs. I like Rocket Labs. Nice little ascending triangle here. Anyway, you get the point. This thing is horrible for trend lines. Anyway, you guys get the point. I can't get this thing to stick. All right. Anyway, you guys understand what an ascending triangle looks like. It looks like that. Okay. Boeing. I still like Boeing. I would wait for it to go to the 8-day EMA. It's a little overextended right now. VST. Hope you guys like my stocks. Somebody mentioned home builders, and they are right. Home builders are in play, but you got the 200-day moving average here for DH Horton, so that'll be your profit target. And you have PHM that's just ready to pass the 200-day moving average. You want it today to see this close above the 200-day moving average on high volume, and then you have a play. It still hasn't gone above the 200-day moving average, and it can stall out right here. So you want a confirmation. Remember, there's anticipatory trades and there are confirmation trades. Anticipatory trades, you make more money, but your win rate is going to be lower. Confirmation trades, you're going to have a higher win rate, but your profits are going to be lower. I would much rather have a higher win rate when I'm first starting out. So I want confirmation trades, okay? But keep an eye on these stocks. If interest rates keep going lower, which they're not doing today, but if they do, they'll be good. TSCO. Nice looking stock. Dell looks pretty good, although I do like Dell right now. Z, another housing stock, interest rate sensitive, and then AAP, which I gave you yesterday, which I still like. Those starting to get a little deviated from the 8-day, so I would probably just do this as a day trade. I don't think I would swing this. Okay? All right. That's all I have for you guys. Do you have any questions for me before I go take my breakfast and then start up again? Any questions? Any comments? Here's a link for Customer Service Live. And here's the link for the VIP room today. And folks, today's VIP room is going to be something special. I'm going to give premium lesson on Hakanachis, for day trading Hakanachis, and on using the VWAP for day trading indexes. And stocks, actually, both. Any comments, feedback, anything I could do for you? Any questions I can answer? So we need 28 more, Bob, we need 28 more thumbs up. Any questions? Is there anything that I missed? Is there anything you guys need me to answer? All right. I'm out of here. I'll be back at lunch. Thank you. I send you an email. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. See you in the VIP room. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Yeah, please. Yeah, do me a favor. Stop the thinking thing, because I don't know what it means. Send me an email and I'll answer your question. All right, guys. Have a good day. Remember, I think the market's going to open up a little lower, and unless we have a catalyst, I think we're just going to have a very choppy day without a lot of directional bias. We're not getting anything from Europe. We're not getting anything from America. We're just kind of not here, not there. And Europe markets were not here, not there. That means VIP room is at noon Eastern time. And here's the link for that. And again, hey, Piet DeBrock, good to see you. Good to see you. I actually, Piet, I may be visiting you a year from now, next 4th of July. I'm thinking of going up to where you're at. That'd be fun to visit you. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Be careful today. Be careful today. Not seeing anything crazy. Maybe a little upside in the morning, and again, just to fizzle out. We may have a catalyst today if Trump says something or whatever. But as of right now, I'm just seeing a dead market. Okay. Bye, everybody. Do you overview today's market action? I just did. I did. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. Have a great day, everybody. Any questions? Roger@rogerscott.com. Bye. And hey, I was able to do this today without my internet. Look at that. Bye, folks. Have a great